The involuntary global work from home experiment brought a momentous shift in the way we work. We at Qdesq were curious to know what people thought about coming back to office. So, we did the simplest thing possible. We asked, what were the top three challenges you faced while working from home?
So, work from home, when it got started, it was actually a blessing in disguise for people like us who were spending more time in office and had limited time in hand to spend time with family. But then, thanks to somewhere or the other, uh, in the last 6 7 months, what we have worked from home, it has actually created a lot of toll at our end because there is no specific hours where we can say the work has stopped or the work has got started. The customers have also taken the liberty of reaching out to you at a time when they feel they are comfortable with, as against what we used to feel comfortable with. The real split between the family and work had completely vanished out because we were all literally working from login at 8 a.m. and working all the way till 8 p.m. and possibly there are times of even working till 10 p.m. The worst part is that there was no me time. The weekends were also working. Whether it is a Saturday or a Sunday, we were always working.
Top three challenges I think were no encouragement, no motivation, and after all, humans are social animals. So I mean, nobody to work with and no social interaction with anybody. So these were the top three challenges.
So I feel when working from home, so we're an interior company. I think the biggest challenge was to get a hold of the team. To sit down, face in terms of discussion, what challenges we're facing at the site. So that was one of the biggest challenges that I actually faced. Then another would be, having selections in terms of materials and things like that. Because in our industry, once the design is finalized, we have the clients come over and we ask them, to do material selection. So, for example, if this is blue, do you want this to be blue? Do you want it to be red? So things like that. So there was another challenge that we faced. And the third challenge, which I would feel, is just being locked down at home, and not being able to go out, just being in that same circle day to day. So for me, I think that was the biggest challenge out of the other two.
सबसे पहले वर्क फ्रॉम होम में चैलेंज क्या आ रहा था कि नेट की कनेक्टिविटी बहुत बेकार रहती थी। उसके बाद अगर घर में काम कर रहे हैं तो घर में मतलब और भी लोग होते हैं तो मतलब कंसंट्रेट नहीं हो पाता था। ये सारी दिक्कतें आती थी। और उसके बाद खास करके अगर लोकल एरिया में है तो बिजली का भी प्रॉब्लम होता था और ज़्यादातर से बैकअप भी नहीं होते थे बिजली का, तो ये ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम फेस करना।
Actually, that was too hectic first of all because we were working with our family members, their kids are there, everyone is there. So there was too much noisy as well. And the proper timetable we can't make because we are into family in middle of things. Some small household items are also happening in between. So that's why. So the schedule was not proper and even knowledge was also not exploring because we are working individually in sitting while we are sitting in our home, so we can't explore our experience knowledge, we can't exchange the knowledge part. So when we start with the co-working, definitely we are meeting with many people over here and we are working together, so there is exchange of knowledge as well and we are enjoying as well. And the best part is we can finish our work around 6 or 7 definitely, then after we are completely free and we can enjoy with our family as well.
From home for me was quite distracting and I couldn't work a lot, and so for that same reason I was like one of the first people who actually wanted to go back to office and work because I wasn't at all productive at home.
The first challenge which I had was motivation for sure. Because like when we work from office, there are a lot of people around, and like even if you're facing some challenges, you just walk to that person, discuss, and take sort of suggestions, ideas, or even like a small pep talk helps you a lot. So that is what I had. Motivation was a big challenge, and plus when you work from home, you have like a lot of things to manage, be it like food, dinner, this, that, cleaning the house. So there was a lot of distraction, I felt. So that was, of course, pulling down my productivity, and also I wasn't very, I wasn't like happy working from home. I think that was very important. Like the most what you call distraction point for me, and that is what I didn't like at all while working from home. And apart from that, yeah, small internet challenges. Sometimes phone calls are not happening, and of course, being from sales, you need to be on calls all the time. So that was, I think, the second challenge which I had while working from home.
Okay, so major challenge was a coordination thing. It was very difficult to get things done, to get multiple follow-ups. That was this tedious thing, and also getting things. Doing online sessions were very challenging because network was very laggy. So that was a tricky part as well, and also the kind of environment we used to get. So people used to get picky that why you need such privacy, because we used to live in a common room, right? So किसी की आवाज आ रही किसी की नहीं आ रही, so that was challenging part. You didn't get any peace of mind.
फर्स्ट टाइम ऐसी कोई सिचुएशन पीपल वर फेसिंग कि उनको घर से काम करना था, टोटली घर से सब कुछ मैनेज करना वाज क्वाइट डिफिकल्ट फॉर देम. फर्स्टली आप देखोगे तो प्रोडक्टिविटी मैचअप करना, घर के इतने काम होते हैं एंड अलोंग विद दैट ऑफिस वर्क को मैनेज करना, और इतनी सारी ड्यूटीज मर्ज हो जाती हैं, इतनी बढ़ जाती हैं कि आपको किड्स को देखना और भी घर के जो अदर मेंबर्स हैं उनके साथ डील करना और अपने काम को कोप अप करना इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट. सेकेंडली आप देखो तो टाइमिंग इश्यूज वर अ लॉट. एकदम से मीटिंग अरेंज हो जाती है, असाइन करना दूसरों को टास्क एंड हाउ वी हैव टू मैनेज आवर वर्क इज ऑल्सो वेरी डिफिकल्ट. एंड थर्डली स्पेशली कोप करना अपनी कलीग्स के साथ. मीटिंग्स इतनी इरेगुलर मीटिंग्स, आपका टाइम नहीं पता होता आपको कि किस टाइम पर कौन सी मीटिंग. रात की इवन 2-2 बजे तक भी मीटिंग्स आपको शेड्यूल करनी पड़ती है. दैट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर पीपल.
Working from home was really a critical situation for me. For me, kind of ordinary guy, like I used to interact many people in the ministry, in the industry itself. Like, so I was unable to meet them. I had to work from home itself. Sometimes, I have kids at home. Sometimes when I'm in the meetings now, my kids used to make noise. I cannot even scold them. So there were many challenges, right? And I was completely cut off from the world itself. I used to meet a lot of people for the meetings, for the collaborations, and for other stuff. So it was a critical situation.
When did you start coming to office, and what difference did you feel while working in a co-working space?
I started working back as of yesterday onwards, and today is my second day at office. So all I can say that my productivity, what I had seen yesterday, working from office versus what I was working day before yesterday from my home, but there was a massive shift between the two. I was more focused. I was not really connected with the daily house related affairs, whether it is managing the kids or the house or the maid or the food, and there are tons of things which a person has to do while they are working from home. So from a productivity standpoint of view, I would say that I was far more focused, and it was really a pleasure to be back in the office.
I think while working from a co-working space, you meet a lot of people. You meet people from different backgrounds, different communities, and that makes a whole new difference in the way of working, of course.
We started in September, first week of September, and so I honestly did not feel any difference because we were earlier working in a co-working space only. We shifted here because we liked the environment more, and we felt that it was in terms of space and open and environment and all that, we found this space a lot better in terms of the previous one.
Yeah.
So to come back after lockdown, I was really happy, to be moving out of the house and everything. But I do feel it was a challenge because we had to be careful in terms of cleanliness, sanitization, and things like that. So I mean, even till date, I carry a sanitization with me, a sanitizer the entire time, and I'm continuously, sanitizing the entire place. Even if I'm, giving a book to someone, whenever I take it back, I'm sanitizing. So I feel that is a big challenge right now. And even till date, I'm really scared. I mean, I haven't gotten COVID till yet, and I hope I don't. But still, in the back of my head, that thought is still there.
स्टार्ट किया था ऑफिस आना जैसे लॉकडाउन ओपन हुआ जून में, तो मैंने स्टार्ट कर दिया था नेक्स्ट डे. जैसे लॉकडाउन ओपन हुआ नेक्स्ट डे से मैंने स्टार्ट कर दिया ऑफिस आना. और यहाँ पे ये है कि मतलब कूल इन्वायरमेंट है, मतलब आराम से काम करते, कोई डिस्टर्ब करने वाला नहीं है. और सही है, बेटर है, घर से तो अच्छा ही ऑफिस में काम।
We started in September month, September, end of August and starting of September. We started.
So I started coming back in July, and from then on, the work has been easier for me rather than being at home. I faced a lot of challenges in communication at home and timely work, but due to everyone being at the same place, it's quite easier to get your work done. And even if you need to communicate, everyone is there to help you rather than just calling someone and having facing challenges for the same.
So I started, I think, September first week. Probably I started working like only a day or two because I was a little uncomfortable. Again, I was using cab to come to work, and then having like I was worried about sitting in a common area and then even taking coffee. But when I saw that people actually co-working spaces are taking care of it very well, the sanitizers were in place. Wherever I could go, like even washrooms or the common areas, sanitizers were there. People, in fact, the facility managers were really checking whether you're actually using a mask or not, or are you sanitizing yourself or not, or like be it temperature checks. So that's when I started feeling comfortable, and I started working like 3 to 4 days, from like 1 to 2 days. But again, like the advantage was that I started meeting my colleagues, sharing wherever I was feeling low, or say, probably I'm not able to complete my project. Then I had a conversation, sat with them over a cup of coffee, and again, like I was back to normal with all the motivation started working. And the second bit is, I think a lot of projects which I was running, I needed like physical presence, like where we needed to brainstorm, discuss whether we can do this or not, how to execute. So that sort of helped me align my work as well. So yeah, that is what changed.
So I started working full time at office in October, somewhere in October. The best part was getting back in the same culture we used to work before lockdown. And yes, that as I mentioned, that coordination was a very challenging part. Now it's very streamlined.
It was a quite big satisfaction कि वापस से वापस वर्क करना, but along with that traveling time was taking too much and इतनी ज़्यादा आपको फेसेस करने पड़ रहे थे challenges, स्पेशली इतना रिस्क है, आप अपनी लाइफ को रिस्क पे रख कर ऑफिस आते हो और आपको पता नहीं कौन सी चीज़ कहाँ से क्या इफेक्ट करता है. दैट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप अपनी सेफ्टी पहले श्योर करते हो एंड देन ये श्योर करना कि फैमिली भी आपकी सेफ है. So that is a big challenge for us. And secondly कि यहाँ पर लोग बहुत अच्छे से cope up कर रहे हैं एक दूसरे के साथ. They are taking their safety in hands also and वो ये भी assure कर रहे हैं कि दूसरे भी safe रहें और social distancing of course पूरी proper तरीके से सब manage कर रहे हैं.
Started working since August, I suppose. I don't know the exact date, but even after all this, like I used to work from my dedicated office in Zanakpur itself. But when I came here itself in the co-working area, I find something a difference between working in this one, what you call dedicated office and the co-working office, because here itself you gotta meet you meet lots of people, you learn about what kind of business, what kind of other stuff they are doing. So interacting with people is very very nice. Even if I talk about the this one co-working area, they are very very nice. It was my first experience, so I loved it actually.